I've been told by some people that they have up to 20 prescriptions in their cabinet, all legally prescribed for a variety of ailments. These pain medications are taking a life every 20 minutes in America, 10 children in Arizona alone, according to the U.S. Center for Disease Control. We see the side effects caused by pharmaceuticals on every other television commercial. These medications are legal. I will not get a ticket, a fine, or time in jail for possessing them. Currently in Arizona, if I am not a medical marijuana card holder, I'm a felon for possessing any amount of marijuana. There's no list of how many overdose deaths have happened due to marijuana at the Center for Disease Control because there's never been one, not one, in human history. As someone raised with a respect for life, this fact got my attention. I asked myself, why is alcohol legal, considering the damage we see it bring? Going back to statistics, there are 36,000 deaths per year attributed to alcohol. Alcohol is by far the largest problem to our kids, according to the Arizona Youth Survey. Yet our state substance abuse and prevention groups seem to make a focus on marijuana. Here in Phoenix, you guys can make a difference. Recently, Philadelphia became the largest U.S. city to decriminalize within its city limits, making possession of less than 30 grams of marijuana within city limits a $25 ticket. Smoking in public is a $100 ticket and 9 hours community service. It's not a felony. The mayor of Philadelphia cited the need for education and treatment in the face of addiction rather than arrest or incarceration. I've always seen addiction as a health issue, not a criminal one. Arrests hurt families, council members. Arrests, and especially felony convictions, lead to a loss of jobs and future opportunities. Arrests ruin young people's futures by eliminating their ability to get a student loan, and sometimes leaving them with no other option than to skip college. The city of Chicago recently voted 42-3 to amend the city code to cite rather than arrest people who possess less than 15 grams of marijuana within the city limits. Their mayor cited that city resources should not be used to arrest adults for using a substance safer than alcohol.
We've gone to 3 minutes, so thank you.
You let other people go over, and
Well,
I have a lot of great points on how you guys can save money and bring in much needed tax revenue to Phoenix by implementing by addressing this and possibly changing the city code.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Next speaker is Darren Babin.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Darren Babin. I'm a resident here in the Valley. I am also a medical marijuana patient. I am also the state director for NORML here in Arizona. I have been prone to horrific headaches for many years, the kind of headaches that put me in a hospital for 7 to 9 days at a time. The treatment for these headaches has spanned a wide range of treatment types, but none were more effective than were marijuana. I'm here to ask that this council take into consideration the enormous fiscal responsibility of this city and to look at what other cities are doing here in the United States. In Michigan, 14 cities have chosen to stand up and to decriminalize marijuana and to treat it as a social issue instead of a criminal issue. Decriminalizing marijuana here in Phoenix is something that our leaders could do to take a leadership role instead of following the rest of the country, and to set an example, as we should do here in Arizona. Phoenix police arrested 2,972 adults and 600 juveniles from July 1st, 2011 to June 20th, 2012. That's nearly 3,600, or about 9.8 a day, each day of the year. I don't understand why we would allow an issue like this to continue to burden down our system and to look at it criminally and to not address the social problem, especially when we're talking about how it affects 600 minors a year. I ask that you plug a leaky budget from the excessive spending on nonviolent marijuana cases. Please take a stand in solidarity with us, with the rest of these brave cities across the United States, with the other 4 states in this union, and with Washington, D.C., the district, who has decided to take a stand and to send a message that we, the people, are now thinking for ourselves and taking a stand for the citizens of the United States, and recognizing that the burden and the expense that we have improperly placed as criminality should be replaced with care and open arms for people who are being treated like criminals every single day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Robert Clark.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Robert Clark. I'm not a Phoenix resident. I'm from Tucson. I am also a chairman of a political action committee, Safer Arizona. I am also a medical marijuana patient. I've had 80% of my stomach removed to cancer. I've had 4 back surgeries. Both hips have been broken. I've got hepatitis C from a bad blood transfusion. I am allergic to all pain medications. Muscle relaxers, anti-inflammatories are hard on my liver. I do not take pharmaceutical medications of any form. I use strictly cannabis. This is where the problem lies. I am a patient. I'm supposed to be protected by the medical marijuana laws of Arizona. When this passed for the 3rd time, our prosecuting attorneys, our governor, even the Attorney General fought against this. Since that time, I have seen a lot of lives ruined. Patients that are trying to follow the laws, that have had their doors kicked in by fully armed SWAT. We do not need that as patients. We look to our cities to protect us. Our government says they want to protect us. This is your opportunity. When I am at home, in the privacy of my own home, and I'm using my medication, I should not have to fear one of my neighbors making a call saying, I smell marijuana, and then have fully armed SWAT kicking in my doors without investigating what's going on. They do this day in and day out. We ask for you to protect those that are least among us. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our last speaker this evening is Eric Johnson.
Okay, hello. Can I take this off at all or no? Just speak through this. All right. Thank you again for your service to Phoenix. I love Phoenix. I've been a resident. I'm a resident of Mesa, but I run the Phoenix Cannabis Coalition over at the Firehouse Galleria off of 1015 North 1st Street. I have a real big issue going on right now, and the issue is Mad Force. It's a group ran by a lot of people in our government. It's Bill Montgomery, Sheila Polk. There was a Mad Force committee that went yesterday and talked to about 500 residents. One issue I had was there's a lot of lies about cannabis they were telling to our politicians. Their neuroscientist, Dr. Stephen Dewey, told Phoenix that smoking cannabis for men, adolescent mans, they grew breasts. They grew breasts. We had a neuroscientist from Mad Force named Dr. Stephen Dewey stated that by smoking cannabis, males grow breasts. Now, I just want to issue, I believe he's wrong about that. I believe drinking gives you bear guts and grows your breasts. One thing that really upset me is how Matt Force is not talking about heroin deaths, prescription deaths. They're talking about marijuana. Right now, we have over 114 people dying every day due to prescription drugs. That's 41,000 people a year. Those come from the CDC. And yet, nobody has died from marijuana. Alcohol. As stated earlier, 36,000 deaths. CDC states that 2.5 million lives have been killed due to driving and whatnot. May I ask everybody this? When was the last time you heard of a stoned driver driving the wrong way down a freeway? Anybody? A DUI just got passed. It now negates 52,000 people. I'm afraid to drive now. I use cannabis. I'm a patient. I don't feel like I should tell the public my condition. It's not their right to know. But I medicate at night. When I wake up to do my daily functions, if I get in the vehicle, I automatically will get a DUI. I leave today, I will automatically get a DUI. So please do more research into that for us. One also thing, I want to really go back because this upset me, because nobody was upset when the neuroscientist said smoking cannabis can develop breast in adolescent boys. I'd like to say Bill Gates, not you. I would say our lovely president, George W. Bush, Dr. Sanjay Gupta, LeBron James, George Clooney, Ted Turner, Brad Pitt, Michael Phelps. Last time I checked, they don't have breasts. Thank you very much.
I've never been happier that we can't respond. The final, we have a card for Greta Rogers. Is Greta still here? All right, thank you everyone for coming this evening.